This week on Camera Talk, we're looking at Nikon, one of Nikon's legendary lenses. We're good at legendary lenses, aren't we?
You're a legend in your own mind.
This one is the Nikon Nikkor 55mm 1.2. It's the SC version, which is for the multi-coated. Don't touch, mister, it's worth more than you are.
$1 million.
Just kidding. But anyway, let's look at this lens together. So grab yourself something to eat or drink, get comfortable, and let's get it on.
Here I am, Vietnam. Rain is always coming down.
This is Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. All right, this week we are going back another blast in the past, another vintage lens, another sweet piece of history. This is the Nikon Nikkor-SC 55mm 1.2, mister, 1.2. Fast as they come. Obviously there's faster, but you know, as far as these guys go, it's as fast as they come. The Nikon world. Now this lens has an interesting history. You know, the production run of this particular lens, not this model, but or this sample, but the line, that's the 55 1.2, ran from the year Daddy was born in 1965 all the way to 1978. 4 different versions, 2 metal ones like this, 2 plastic ones, which I don't have, but I'm not missing them. So altogether 4 versions, and this particular one was version number 2. So this was made between 1972 and 1974, and the reason it is version number 2 is the original was the the S version. Now, for those who understand the Nikon codes for, you know, what their letterings mean, it's the number of elements in the glass. So S is for 7. There's 7 elements in here. So and the C, of course, is for coating, multi-coating. And so the original one had single coating, and then in 1972 they added multi-coating to it. They also coated the rear elements as well. So anyway, so that's what the SC means. And you know, this whole thing began back in the 1950s when the race was on for the super fastest lens out there. And of course they were racing against racing against Canon and Leica and everyone else who was out there playing in the game, so to speak. Minoltas, and everybody was after that super fast aperture. And you know, the first one to reach out of the gate, you know, for Nikon was a 58 1.4. And you know, because remember at that time in photography history, we were still, you know, in this middle zone between rangefinders and SLRs. Now, of course, with an SLR, you've got mirrors involved in everything, which means the distance between the sensor and the rear element had to be much longer, because you had to make room for that mirror to, you know, move up and down. Versus a rangefinder, which didn't have that. So of course their lenses could be closer to the film, to did I say sensor? Closer to the film to capture the image. So of course Canon and their rangefinder, was called Canon 7 at the time, in 1961 came up with a 50mm 0.95.
Holy crap!
Which is the dream lens. It's right there. And you know, they were the first ones to take the crown, so to speak, as the fastest, super fast, the fastest lenses. For Nikon, because again, going after the SLR world, couldn't do the 50. So what do you do when you can't make 50 work? Go longer, go longer.
That's what she said.
So they went with 58 at first. You know, they did a 58 1.4 and then later a 51.4, but still the 1.2 was the target, so they went with 55, and they ended up with this in 1965. So Canon and their 0.95 came out in 1961. This was 1965, and they wouldn't be able to improve on that to finally make a 50 millimeter until 1978, and they came out with a 51.2, and that was the death knell for this thing. You know, the designer, you know, of this lens and the master designer at the time for Nikon was, now forgive my Chinese
Ancient Chinese secrets.
pronunciation of words and names and everything. Yoshiyuki Shimizu.
Over-the-top rendition of the Japanese accent.
I'm guessing is how you say it. Probably wrong. Those will probably let me know in the comments, I'm sure.
You suck.
But anyway, he designed this lens for one, low light, obviously with 1.2. But again, because of all the challenges involved, you know, with 7 elements and all, you know, we didn't have aspherical lenses in these things at the time. So using spherical lenses, yeah. You trying to fart or something? What was up with that? Ugh. So he was after low light, reducing, you know, aberrations as much as possible, affecting color and whatnot, trying to keep the Nikon look. You know, everybody had the look, the Canon look, the Leica look, and Nikon had their own look. But in order to do that, he had to sacrifice a few things. One is contrast. No contrast in this baby, or at least not wide open anyway. Sharpness, again, wide open sharpness. If you get it right, you'll find it right in the middle. Right in the middle, mister. Chroma, you know, the light glow on things in nighttime, and chromatic aberrations, of course, for your bokeh out of focus materials being green or purple fringing and whatnot, are something that this thing suffers from. But in the right conditions, you don't see any of that stuff. So, you know, he did his best he could to design that stuff out. But under those conditions, under the bright lights, under the high contrast situations, you're going to see the fringing. I'll show you that here. You know, what do you get with the 1.2? You get soft, dreamy, you know, photos. It's great for portraiture, which is kind of my thing, so I can take pictures of Mr. Superstar here. Yeah, that's right, he wants pictures of him. It's bokeh, wide open is kind of okay. It's not the greatest in the world. Sometimes the bokeh balls turn into donuts and things like this, but when you stop down now, you know, f2.8 and things like that, you start getting more controlled images out of it. And sharpness, I mean, like I said, it's pretty soft, wide open, but f4, f5.6, this thing is sharp across the screen. Across the screen. What are we in? Digital world? Across the image from corner to corner, you get your sharpness. So, and then up to f8. After f8, you start getting into diffraction and whatnot. I don't know what else I can say about this. Very nice build quality, of course. You know, as the comparison goes about built like a tank. Well, it's metal. Like I said, there were 4 versions. 2 of them were metal, 2 of them were plastic. This one is all metal, all the way around. I don't think I couldn't see a piece of plastic anywhere on it besides the lens cap. I don't know, even the faceplate is metal. So yeah, it's a metal monster. So anyway, the specs on it are 7 elements in 5 groups. It's close focus, which is 60 centimeters, and that's one of the differences between the groups too. The later renditions got down to 50 centimeters, so but 60 still not bad. 8 bokeh blades. Again, later renditions go to 7 blades. So 8 is not bad for Canon or for Nikon. Ooh, sorry, I called you Canon. Yeah, Nikon generally has 6 blades on most of their lenses. It's a little on the hefty side. You know, it's 420 grams. It's not light. It's not super heavy, but it's not that light either. So anyway, let's get you some photo samples, right? Let's show off some of this. Hey, is it a booger you got there? Oh my God, it is. Ooh, get that out of here. There's an old saying, you know, you can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. But you're not my friend, so being my son, I can pick your nose. But anyway, let's have a look at what this looks like. Getting some live shots. I think I saw you try to touch this earlier. You didn't, did you? I don't see any grubby 22-month-old fingerprints on this thing. So what I normally do is I focus in on the nameplate on the lens of the camera which is recording this video, which is my Canon M50, and the kit lens was just a 15 to 45 EFM lens, so I try to focus in on the nameplate. So that's what I'm going to do now. And I know you don't like me covering your face, so your fan base out there can't see your lovely face. So I'm just going to take a photo from here. And I usually do wide open. I shoot everything wide open because I want you to see what it looks like wide open. And so let me see how sharp I can get this, which is actually not bad. Right about there. Alright, are you ready? He likes it when I count. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So that was at 1.2. Now let me show you at, I think we said 5.6, right? Let's do 5.6, mister. Just to see if we can get any sharper. Right there. All right, you ready again? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah, that one wasn't quite as exciting, is it? All right, so that was at 1.2 and at 5.6. Now, I know you want everybody to see you, don't you? So let's look at some pictures of Dylan here at 1.2. And let's see some pictures of Dylan at 5.6. And how about some other just random stuff just to show you things other than Dylan, because he always thinks it's all about him. So we'll show you stuff, cars, other people, fences, trees, flowers, butterflies, bumblebees, you know, whatever other stuff I get in my collection here. So let's take a look at that here. And I think that was kind of pretty much all I wanted to say. Can you think of anything else? No? Can we recommend this lens as an everyday walk around lens? Probably not. You know, just due to its faults and whatnot. As an artistic, creative expression, most definitely.
That's the fact, Jack! That's the fact, Jack!
I mean, it's a cool lens, just like my Canon Dream lens, the 0.95. It's not your everyday walk around lens, but it's a cool lens to get some kind of cool looks from. So, again, can we recommend it? No, on one side, but yeah, on the other side. So just depending on you and your budget, prices go up and down all the time. I haven't really looked lately. I think I paid a few $100 for it, but that's been what it has been for quite a while. So whether it goes up or down, check on eBay, check on Facebook Marketplace, check your local camera shop. You never know, you might find a good deal on it. So with that said, how about our little plug for Luminar, right? Yeah, oh, Luminar, we got Luminar up here. Luminar AI and Luminar Neo, which is kind of a wrap-up of AI and Luminar 4 wrapped up into one. The Neo is the latest, greatest one. Luminar is produced by Skylum, company of Skylum. They're in the Ukraine. We know what's going on with the Ukraine right now, so hopefully everything still turns out well for them. But when you buy Luminar, it's not a subscription thing, so you don't have to worry about the company going away and there goes my software. You buy it for life. You download it and it's yours. You know, you don't have to pay anything other than that, unless it's a whole different version. Then of course you pay. But the upgrades or updates and everything else are free. So anyway, but it's only what, $79, I do believe. $79, I think it was last time I looked. Which is not expensive for photo editing software. It's great for beginners. It's very user friendly. A lot of one clicks, power line removal, dust spot removal, scene relighting, things like that are all one click. And there's a lot of artificial intelligence involved in the software, so it looks for these things and takes care of it for you without you having to highlight things and hit the erase button and hope for the best kind of thing. So it's pretty cool. It's great for lazy people like him, you know. It's a good bit of software. Yeah, it is. So if you buy it from us though, hey, if you click below, you'll get a $10 discount. And we like $10 discounts, don't we? Yeah, you can buy more cookies. Yay! And we get a bit of a kickback from that too, right? Yeah, if you buy from us, we get kickback and then we can buy more cookies. So, so buy from us, click below. How about you help support our channel, right? Dylan likes supporters. So how about we subscribe? That's right. Well, not we subscribe, you. How about you subscribe? And you want to do a double finger one for more power? Subscribe. That's right. And along with the YouTube algorithm, they also like thumbs up. So let's show you the support from the thumbs up girls right here. Thumbs up. Do, 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 do. Thumbs up. So give us a thumbs up. And what else can we say? Hey, thanks for dropping by. Stay safe out there. Remember, you belong here. That's right. And where is here? Here is Modesty Photography. That's right. At Modesty Photography, we try to introduce you to vintage lenses, to really any lenses, anything that may interest you. We're trying to keep things budget friendly. That's why it's Modesty Photography. Every now and then you've probably seen my like Noctilux videos and everything. Hey, even something as expensive as a Noctilux, I would still say in the theme of Modesty Photography, buy it used. It's like half price, you know. And you know, anything expensive that you see on this show was bought used anyway. You know, all this stuff on this table was all bought used. Every camera, almost every lens, is the odd lens I bought brand new, but that's because I couldn't find a used one anywhere. But for the most part, Modesty Photography is about saving you money, tips and tricks, and great for beginners to feel like they're not alone out there. So with that said, what show is this? This was Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. That's right. So thanks for dropping by. Come on back next week, and we'll do this all again. Different subject, different topic, different look at something new, but maybe old, but it's new for you. All right, so we'll see you next week then. All right, so you're gonna say goodbye. All right, bye-bye.
Here I am.